The following Toku Podcastu contains spoilers from both past and present tokusatsu, anime, manga, movies and other related media. If you do not wish to be spoiled, we suggest turning off the podcast now. Otherwise, please enjoy the show.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Tokusatsu Podcast, the best show about tokusatsu that Phil's never going to do the intro for. That's Jay.
You guys remember when
No.
when
No.
the
Stop
when
it. Stop it, Jay. Stop it.
uh,
Stop it now. Just stop. There's no reason, Jay. Don't do this to yourself. There's no reason to use your brain right now, Jay.
You're right. You were so
That's
wrong.
Chad.
Time jeans, something, that's a nice denim, something, I don't know,
Denim.
something dicks, I don't know, I don't care, why am I here, screw this.
And Phil already did his intro. So
Oh,
Jay,
I gotta stop drinking
what
water when
is-
Chad
what,
talks.
What show did we do? What show did we do today, Jay?
You
So
are not
anyways, Jay,
editing
tell us
this
about the
out.
show we did.
Well, me, of course, being the bearer of bad wheel topics. We did.
To be fair, this is my fault. I'll fully accept that.
Yeah, you found the show. You were the one who were like, oh yeah, this has subs. Oh, we can talk about this. You had a chance to be like, nah, never mind, fam.
It was 3 episodes. I was like, how bad could this possibly fucking be?
He didn't realize.
How bad could this possibly have been for it to just be 3 episodes and get us this fucking, like, out of it?
So we did Jikuu Keisatsu Wecker. I can't even use my brain to translate it right now. Something police.
Basically,
whatever,
space-time
who cares?
police Wecker.
If you go by how they said it in the actual show, it's Wecker. It's with a V.
Yeah, the romanizations are very fucking weird, but we'll get into that. So
What's the plot, Jay?
the plot, as best as I can attempt to describe it, is in the year 2100, time travel is discovered by utilizing a rip in space-time. You know, always a good idea. But for some reason, we can only go back, like, a couple hundred years, and we can't go forward in time because science.
Budget.
And as is always the case, as soon as new technology is available, immediately criminals begin using it. So, of course, they have to form a special time cop organization named Madix. That's not a joke. That is actually what it is called. Madix. And their time agents, which are called Weckers, and no, I don't know what the fuck that is. They never explain
I
it.
thought they were called Dimension Detectives.
They are, but they're also called Weckers at the same time.
It's also called Dicks.
Well, considering
I don't
a
know-
lot of what we see in this show, that's more than what there
are so many like different titles. Like, okay, yeah, like what they call themselves, Jikuu Keiji, but that's not what the title of the show is. But they're
Uchu Kiji?
but they're also called Weckers, but only sometimes, but only a few of them. But they don't call them that. But
And all of their names rhyme, apparently.
every single one of their names rhyme for some
It's
reason.
just fucking Milli Vanilli over here.
They're all also related by pure coincidence. I don't know if that was intentional or just lazy writing, but it was lazy
I
writing.
feel like this was all really stupid timey-wimey bullshit. Like, at least for the first two,
Bro,
at least
yeah.
were, and then the third one with Lily, or whatever her name was.
Lily.
Japanese
What
kitty
even
Foreman.
happened there? Because, like, why is she even there? Like, okay.
Because why not?
Anyways, continue. I digress. We're going...
Why was this show even made?
I don't know. So ostensibly, that is what the plot should be about: is time cops. I don't know what the
That's
hell
what the plot should be.
I don't really know what the hell the show's plot is supposed to be, because every episode is basically different. It is like every episode is from a different series, almost.
Yes. it feels like 4 different shows put into 3 episodes. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you do
Well,
that,
it was
but
a-
it happens.
It's called
Well,
bad
it's a straight-to-video
writing.
tokusatsu, so I'm pretty sure they were thinking, hey, you know what? Let's just make this be like Pokemon or like Digimon the movie. It's kind of related, but also not related. And it's gonna be related? I don't know. Well, you know what? We can
Yeah, but at least with the
we can try and do some finagling.
So,
Yeah, but with the Digimon
so-
movie, at least they tried to make something of the through line, but even then it sucked.
You know what?
So-
I'll give you that one, Phil. At least there
was
was
a
a
through
through
line
line in the Digimon
See,
movie.
the through line here is that it's so forced
okay.
that it makes no sense. But sorry, go on ahead.
So, okay. We have to at least try and make sense of the nonsense here, even though I know that's fucking impossible. But we're gonna try.
No, I think
So, fucking
okay.
Sherivan, right? It's Sherivan. Sherivan's here. He has a really bad pompadour, and he has a sister who doesn't know how to fucking act, which is something I should say right now. The acting in the show, Jay, it's so bad. It actually made me question if these people knew how to speak Japanese.
Oh, it was. I think this is probably the worst acting I've ever seen in any Japanese production that was not pornography. And even then, I have seen porn with better actors.
That is considering that we watched Hojin Yatsu fucking Rugi, okay?
And Evolver.
It's a local hero show with no buddies. That was better acted than this shit.
Exactly.
This shit was like, I'm sorry, but it really did feel like Neil Breen was directing
honestly,
some.
not gonna lie,
which
I also
have
began to
find.
wonder if what I was watching with so much like. Honestly, I'm gonna admit, like the brother character, Vern was it or whatever? Varn, yeah, Varn.
Barn.
Oh my gosh, he's reminding me of a better villain with that name. Go watch Dragon Quest Adventure Die, even though no one watched that. Good anime. But anyways,
Also, here's something funny about the whole show, though, and I know we're going all over the place, but so is the show, so fuck you. It's amazing how horny this show is, but they never go above a PG rating with the.
He
nudity.
literally slaps his
ever.
sister's
Well,
ass.
I wouldn't say PG.
That's not nudity. I'm sorry, Jay. I'm sorry, Phil. That's nudity to you?
No, it's called perversion.
Okay, then be quiet. Anyways, Jay.
I don't know. I would fucking call it maybe like early 70s PG. Maybe. I wouldn't say this shit was PG rated. Are you kidding me? Fuck.
It's PG for Japan.
Oh no, AJ, I've seen what I have seen.
For post 9/11 Japan. It's pretty. PG.
No, I've seen PG Japan. Okay, and trust me, they go a little farther than that. Trust me, I've seen this. This is what we call fetish.
Yes, I know you have. I know you have, Phil. I know you.
You know, you beat me to it. I wanted to be the one who brought up 9/11, but you beat me to it. We had. You know what? Yeah, let's get it out of the way.
Don't
this
worry,
show
so
was
did
set
the
like
terrorists.
3 weeks after 9/11 happened, and it was.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Eh,
I mean, because it was made around that point, so
It
obviously.
reminds me of that tragedy.
Unless it was made before 9/11, in which case this is a time travel show that's set after 9/11, where 9/11 didn't happen. And now my brain hurts more than I am trying to explain the plot of this show. I guess that would explain
So
why
what you're
everybody's so
saying
weird,
is-
is because
so what you're
9/11
saying
just
is-
happened.
So what you're saying is, the Weckers caused 9/11.
Probably.
50-50.
I mean, did you see these motherfuckers? They have suboptimal human IQ to the point where I'm starting to think they might not actually have a brain.
Listen,
they might have done it.
Chrono
They
crystals
might have.
can't melt steel beams, okay, AJ? Okay.
Godzilla says chrono crystals can't melt steel beams, you know.
Godzilla said it's okay to kidnap women from the past into sex slavery because
Yeah,
they
that
don't
was also
exist.
a point.
I don't even know what the fuck
Okay,
that
no,
was.
This show's so all over the place. Like literally in episode 3, we're getting explanations for things that we should have gotten in episode 1, and then episode 2, what the hell was that? And then episode, I
3.
1, 3. This show has broken me.
So okay, you know what?
Episode
Let's
by episode. No, I
by
don't think we need to go into
episode this.
characters
This is
because
the
at least
easiest
that way, like we can at least hit all the characters.
There is like one character in the show, and that's Sharavan. He's the only
So-
person who has a character
So,
in this
like
show.
I said, we'll go by episode. So episode 1 starts Millie.
No, you're
No, Millie's
No,
second
Vanilly.
episode. Yuli is the first one.
Vanilly.
No, it's Yuli, Millie, and Lily.
God, I know you're right, but I want to see you're wrong because all of their fucking names sound the same.
Yeah.
They do.
And they all, you know what? This isn't even me being racist. They all look the same too, which I don't know if that's
to be fair, that's
intentional.
kind of the point.
That's kind of the point because they're all like related, kind of, sort of, maybe.
No,
But
not
still,
Lily. Only Yuli and Millie are related.
She's a fucking like bioweapon clone thing.
She's a pod person,
I'll
dude.
say
She
this-
might as well be. I
I'll
don't
say this,
fucking
Lily
know. The
is
show doesn't
basically
explain
Ray.
it.
Lily is basically
Basically.
Ray.
This is actually really hard for me to say. I have to say this. I think Lily's actress was the best acted because I think the whole point of her character was to be a ditzy klutz.
You know what? I would have to agree she was probably the best actress, if only because she's the only one who had a character.
She's also the only one who knew how to pronounce words that didn't sound like she
Yeah.
didn't know how to pronounce them,
And
which is ironic because she's technically a 5-year-old.
also, she was the only one who could do any kind of stunt acting, too.
Also true.
Yeah.
Okay, start
Okay.
episode one.
So
Yuli
episode
/
1,
Yuri.
Ninja Time.
So the show opens up with the time cop police people
The
sending.
Dimension Detectives.
I mean, let's not even beat around the bush. It's Hiroshi Watari who played Space Sheriff Sharavan, basically just playing Sharavan again. Hell, the fact his name is basically just Sharavan. His name is Varn Sharavan.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, in the Japanese alphabet, there is no letter V. So every time they say something that has the letter V in it, they have to say it with a B. So every time we're watching it, they're calling him Barn, and I laugh because I'm like, I get what you're going for, but it's coming out as Barn, and I can't stop thinking of a farm.
Thank you, Phil. Actually, you know what? It is funny that you mentioned that because the way his name is pronounced in Japanese, it is literally just half of Sharavan, and it's not even subtle. Yeah, so he gets sent to go back in time to the mid-1500s, which, despite the fact that it should technically be within when they can travel back in time, there's apparently a big hullabaloo about them not being able to go back to then, but whatever the fuck, I don't care.
No. But Jay, they literally say, after they say that, they also say that apparently Sharagavan has the only chrono fuck that can go back in time farther than
Actually,
that.
yeah,
He has the only chrono trigger that can go that far.
That's the funniest part, is that there's this gigantic time cop organization, but they only have one Chrono Cross to go back in time with. They have one fucking time machine for their entire organization. Like, what? Like, I guess, Jesus Christ, there must just not be a whole lot of time crime then if you can only use one of them and for your entire
if you
organization.
only need
For
one
fuck's
time.
sake, even Time
I mean,
Ranger
literally,
had a
it's
reason
just-
for it.
I mean,
It's
look,
just a time cop.
I guess, like, with time travel, technically you can just come back to the same point you left. Unless this is, like, Doctor Who or Bill and Ted rules where you can only travel back to exactly as many hours past as you going back because plot. But who fucking cares? Because they never explain how time travel works anyways.
For all we know,
But
it could
enough
be a
about that.
DeLorean.
That too. He gets contracted to go back in time to the mid 1500s because something time bubble whatever. And for basically no particular reason, his sister, who is also a time cop except she sucks at her job, just fucking steals his little time ranger key iPad thing and goes back in time to do his mission anyways, even though she knows absolutely nothing about what the job is or what she's supposed to be doing there. Which I guess is good because she completely inadvertently happens upon a scheme to overthrow the local shogun by some ninja dude who I think was Lion Maru. For I tried looking up the actor because I was like, I know I've seen this guy in something, and I wasn't 100% sure if it's the same guy from that show, but I'm pretty sure it was. So he wants to take over Japan because magic, I guess.
And somehow he has the fucking Chrono Trigger?
Yeah, somehow he also has... They never explain that. He just has the time key thing. But then there's his maybe daughter, I think, who's part of their ninja clan, who, by sheer fucking coincidence, not only happens to look exactly like Charavan's sister, but has the exact same name, too. And they happen to cross paths. She has no fucking reason to really be in this show, much like anybody. The problem
that she does a soul transfer with fucking Yuli.
Yeah, she like the entire like first half of the episode sets up this ninja chick as being our protagonist, and then she dies because she got fucking poisoned off screen somehow.
Which is a fucking theme in this show.
Yeah, things happen off screen and people die somehow. So Charavan's sister, for some reason, does some weird like soul transfer shit, even though she already looks exactly like her, to take her clothes and become her, I guess. I don't entirely know what the hell.
Neither did the writer. So after all that, she goes back to fight the evil Umububus to take the Castle Doron trigger, to turn into what, a Wecker? A super Wecker?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that supposed to be called?
We
don't
never
know.
Wecker suit?
Apparently it's supposed to be Wecker suit,
Charavan?
I believe,
Wicker
or something
Man?
like that, but like, honestly, at this point, like, considering the fact that we got multiple, like, panty shots and glory shots like that, and considering just, like, the low-budget suits, I kind of started to wonder what the hell I was actually watching.
Dude, no lie, the Wecker suits kind of remind me of, like, these are the villains. Like, these would be the heroes in a Yabai common show.
Accurate.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, you know what? I'll at least give the show this. I liked the suits. They're not great. I did like them for what they were. It's definitely like a really shitty low-budget suit, and I understand
These
that.
fucking things give Evolver a run for their budget, bro.
Look, Evolver was shitty colored spandex and basically nothing else. At least this show had, like, actual cloth.
They had a Pyrex dish as a fucking helmet.
It looked alright. I liked it.
No, it didn't. It looked terrible.
It had style to it. It had something over Evolver, which was at least a coherent design that I could understand when I was looking at it. Evolver's suits were designed like it's a fucking battleship trying to avoid radar detection. All right? I could at least look at the Wecker suit and be like, I understand what I'm looking at. And you know what? I'll give it this. You can see the actor's face underneath the helmet, which you never ever see. I really liked that detail. I thought that was really interesting.
That wasn't a design choice. They just didn't know how to cover them up.
You know what? Probably not. But I'm gonna give him I'm gonna give him the 1 W, in that I liked the suits.
Oh, you're not gonna give him the W of the horrific fucking songs they put in this show?
Oh my God.
Sung by the actors who are so tone deaf they actually hurt my ears.
I thought I was hallucinating here. Honestly, the whole music in this show is terrible. It's like, oh, excuse me. I've played fucking Doom WADs with better MIDI tracks than this. Fuck's sake. Fucking Wolfenstein had better MIDI music than this, and Wolfenstein didn't even have any fucking music.
Dude, okay. So after Yuli dies,
her not ninja dad turns into a Ooga
No one.
Booga
Okay,
monster.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Those masks look like the freaking the viceroys or the vice chancellors from like Star Wars Episode 1.
they did.
Oh my God. They so do.
They're so gross. You know what they are, dude? Have you ever seen
Yeah.
Goosebumps? Have you ever seen
Dude,
the mask?
I said the same thing. The second it popped up, I was like, "Oh shit! I'm watching Goosebumps. It's the haunted mask, run!"
Dude, it's literally the haunted mask if they melted it on their face, dude. It's so
Like, I was just waiting for
Oh my God,
I was just waiting
yeah.
for this guy to send out like the freaking battle droids.
like it was so bad. So after Millie Vanilli fucking kills the villain and herself,
She dies, maybe, except she's still alive, but stuck in the past, even though, they have fucking time travel. So they should, theoretically, be able to just go back
hold on.
save
I
her.
gotta ask a question then. So she bought Sharavan, who was evil, and then he fucked off. And then she died, and then Sharavan in the future started having a heart attack.
Yeah,
right?
that never...
So what happened to the Chrono Trigger? Did she lose it?
I guess she still has it. Maybe.
Then why didn't she use it to go back home?
Didn't the fucking Chrono something or other blow up?
The DeLorean?
Yeah, the
Just call it whatever. Just call it whatever time travel that you can. It doesn't matter.
The Chronolorian?
Eiffel
Castle
65.
Fucking what's the one from Zio? The time
Machine.
Time
Machine.
Majin.
Autovagin. There you go.
The fucking what was the time machine from Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego?
Oh, dude. I was gonna say the Denliner. Fucking who cares?
The
Dude? Who
Denliner at
cares?
least deserves a little more respect.
Like-
Thank you.
This is true.
Yeah,
I was
don't
gonna say
shit talk
like
the Deadliner.
I was gonna say like, but like okay, so she's stuck there because the DeLorean broke down. Why doesn't like Sharavan go back? But was he evil though? Because he was evil in the past.
No, he was evil
I don't
in,
even know what was
episode
going on
2.
there. What happened?
No, the one in the past was a duplicate by some chick who could just make like duplicate
Who was
her.
she?
I don't fucking know. She just shows up, dude.
Like she was there for like a second and then died.
She just walked in, turned into Sharavan, and then jobbed out.
Yep.
I don't.
Okay, so then can someone explain to me what was the heart attack about with Sharavan?
I don't know. Maybe he's psychic. Maybe he had fucking Fox die.
He
I
realized
don't
he was in
know,
a horrible
dude.
show.
Can we all
No, he didn't realize he was in a horrible show. He realized he wrote a horrible
Well, that's fair.
script. Because he's the fucking writer.
Oh,
You know
no.
what? I'm gonna give half of the blame to Kazuya because that's who wrote this.
I'll say this: is it just me, or was Yuri and Barn written out to be more than brother
Yeah,
and sister?
I was
'Cause
about
Yes.
to say earlier, dude's a giant
Yes.
bro siscon.
Dude, okay. I'm sorry, but it gives Ghost a run for its money of how much they want to fuck each other.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised that they didn't.
I know, but speaking of that, let's talk about episode 2 now. That starts with a flashback of the flashback they showed in episode 1.
It was the same
What?
fucking flashback in full with absolutely no differences for some fucking reason. Okay.
Maybe because they figured we forgot about the first episode, so they just wanted to.
Nope,
remind
it's
us.
also
But this is
no,
all
they're
one
just trying to
DVD.
save budget because clearly they had none.
Every answer is
Yes.
applicable.
Every
here.
episode had 1 minute extra to its runtime.
I did notice that. That was very weird. Oh my god, excuse me. That was disgusting. I apologize. What was I saying? Okay.
You were saying Phil was
episode
awesome.
So episode 2 opens up like I think it was like a year or something after. I don't know. So now there's this secret time crime organization, Lambda, who've just existed this whole time, I guess. But we didn't think to mention them in episode 1, when it was important, because the villain of episode 1, I guess, was connected to them. Maybe, I don't really know. There's kind of a flashback where the dude sees the villain, the guy who leads the organization, but they never elaborate on it except for the cliffhanger ending of the final episode. Look, man, fucking, I've watched Doctor Who episodes that don't fuck with time travel as bullshit as
You know
this.
what sucks? You know what's like the most amazing part too? Did we not just finish talking about fucking time travel last week?
At least in Kiva, the time travel made sense.
You know what? When Kiva makes more sense than this, you fucked up really bad.
Yeah, but remember, the time travel and that is that each...
No.
Why no?
No.
Why no?
No. Go on, Jay.
Okay. I don't even... Like, there's nothing... I can't even, like... I can't even give Kiva a point for this, like... Because it's still stupid. Okay. Okay,
At least,
so,
you know what? I'll give Wecker this. No one went back in time to abort themselves.
you know what? I think that's what happened in episode 1. Because,
Wait, what? Oh,
because, Because the chick dies because Yuli...
But then how does Yuri not die then?
Because she
took
because
over.
Yuri did die, and she became
No,
Yuli.
but Yuli died.
No, she didn't, because she's like, I'm stuck in the era again. So she's still pretending to be Yuri. So
Wait, so does that mean it's like a fucking paradox? It's just
Yes.
she just keeps going back in time
Yes.
and keeps dying?
I think that's literally what happened. I think this entire show is a fucking time loop because of how episode 2 and 3 go.
Did they ever explain how the clan of the head of the ninja clan got the advanced weapon of the future?
No, they never. There is like
No, you know what? That would make sense then.
That
would make sense then, because if Yuri keeps going back in time over and over and over, eventually one of these motherfuckers was gonna find the chrono trigger on the floor somewhere.
But
bro, what the fuck?
even then, with like we'll get to the weird teaser ending at the end of the last episode, which might have been the first episode, which might have been the last episode, and I've gone cross-eyed. Okay. Episode 2. Let's focus on episode 2.
I've gone cross-eyed.
Episode 2 decides to actually introduce the villains, which we should have done
It does?
beforehand. Kind of.
Also, is there any significance to it being called Lambda, or they just wanted to sound cool?
No, it literally no significance.
No significance, just because it sounded cool. Okay, so there's this terrorist organization called Lambda, which is doing nasty time crimes, as you do. So they figure out that there are people being kidnapped from the 20th century.
Girls, mostly.
Yeah, we'll get to that part. So Vaughn, who has quit the force because something my sister is dead, is brought back in to handle one last case, which is, as we find out, a very bad idea. Meanwhile, in the present, Vaughn's ancestor / his sister's descendant or they're part of the same family. I don't...
Descendant.
Something like that. So she inadvertently gets involved with the time crimes because, as mentioned, girls are being kidnapped from the present. And she runs into a group of thugs who are kidnapping girls, but then gets saved by Vaughn, who shows up from the past, or the future rather. Then fucking kidnaps her, because it turns out that he was working for Lambda and was part of the people kidnapping girls to bring them to the future to sell them into sex slavery. And this is very explicitly explained and detailed to the audience, complete with visual metaphor, by the way. They do not shy away from the fact that our protagonist ostensibly is kidnapping girls for fucking sex slavery through time.
We just completely gloss over the fact that our main character is a interdimensional fucking time traveling sex trafficker.
Pretty much.
That is the first and only thing that these people have any idea to do. You know what? Like, I can't say I'm surprised, because as is with every single piece of new technology in the human race, the first fucking thing that happens is that somebody figures out how to sell sex through it. And usually illegally.
You know,
So I'm
somebody said to me the other day, hey Phil, imagine if the internet was real. What do you think would happen? I'd be like, everybody'd be whacking.
Imagine if the internet was real. Of course it's real, jackass.
No, I would have liked to have known that Barn had basically left had left the friggin' detective agency.
Well, that's the thing. The way that the way that the show made it seem like Madix was in on the whole thing.
Yes,
I thought they were in on it. I was like, wait, so does that mean Mudix is like part of this?
I thought that's what they were gonna go with too. It was like
yeah, it was a twist. I thought that's what it was.
I thought because like they set up this whole fucking backstory of like there was some virus or apocalypse or whatever the hell, and
they said it was
that,
pollution. It was pollution. It was greed. It was the destruction
of virus
the destruction of the ozone layer.
No, and they say it's a virus that goes by touching.
Yeah. So some kind of plague.
Basically
birth rate and something women control chips or whatever the fuck. They never actually really explained that, and like VR sex or whatever. So for some reason they kidnap girls from the past before the plague, even though by all logic the plague probably still exists, and that would just be giving them the plague. But I digress.
That creates an entire paradox, because if you're bringing these girls back, they're already bringing a plague that should not be introduced to their time 100 years before it's supposed to even happen.
Phil, honey, you don't bring girls who are sex trafficked back. They don't go back. Once you've committed the time rape doesn't end. God, I cannot believe that I just said the phrase time rape and I am not having fun with it at all. Ostensibly, all of this dumb time travel bullshit should be entertaining, but it's so incompetent and miserable that I can't have any fun with it.
Well, that's the thing. There's no structure to this fucking show.
No.
Things just literally happen.
So he kidnaps his Greek grandmother, by all accounts, and brings her to get sold into time sex slavery. But by pure coincidence, his badge that his sister stole, that we saw in multiple flashbacks,
God, dude,
that
so
she
stupid.
just coincidentally happened to have with her that day, which he sees, and which causes him to have a red lantern rage moment for some reason, and now he's good. Which then gets creepier because he then dresses up Millie in his sister's old uniform.
That was something else,
which
dude.
was really
weird.
Really like this whole sequence of like time sex slavery is really uncomfortable. Like I know it's rare for me to say I was uncomfortable by this, but like I don't know why. Like I'm not that kind of squeamish.
You know what it was? It's because of how they filmed it, and it was like I'm sorry, but there's really no other way to say it other than this was filmed like a porno.
It pretty much
Like,
was.
dude, the camera, the lighting, the angles, the type of like that weird like fuzz filter that they put on JAVs. Like it's filmed like a porno.
AJ, that's not a filter. That's just shitty cameras.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, but it's
Yeah.
like it's filmed like a porno, and it's like they're talking about time sex trafficking while they're touching these chicks, and it's like, are they gonna like start showing? Like, what is this? This is kind of gross.
They actually did start showing it on the screen, and then
Well, they didn't show anything explicit.
Well, yeah, but it's still unnerving to watch. And then, of course, when the thugs come in and you hear Millie basically screaming for help, it's like,
it's unnerving.
Like I've seen Mezzoforte
It's
enough
a little
times
too
to know where this
uncomfortably
is going,
real.
but I don't know why, because it's real people. I think it's more uncomfortable.
Again, it's the way that it's filmed that you think, is that where the show's going? Like, is that where we're going? This is kind of gross.
honestly,
Like I wouldn't be like honestly, and this is gonna kind of sound bad. If they did just straight up go to hardcore porn, I would probably give the show more points, because then at least like there was a build up. At least something happened in this fucking show. it's not good. It's uncomfortable and gross and sleazy. But at least something happened.
No, let's just be completely honest. Considering the fact that we have really low again, just to kind of reiterate, we have very low budget suits and very low budget camera work. Really questionable themes and also really questionable angles. Because I mean, really, there's so many friggin' panty shots. Let's be real. Yeah, you wouldn't help but wonder, just like, are we sure we're watching isn't just like a JAB?
Is
sure
this
honestly, Chad,
seriously.
actually, Chad, what's the company that makes Waku Saver? Oh my god,
that's Giga.
the main villain in the show is named Giga.
Gigas.
What did Hiroshi Watari mean by this?
Maybe so. You're saying, or you're telling me, Chad, is that Charavan is behind Waku Saver?
Sure, why not?
Dude, wouldn't that be a twist?
Like, honestly, I'm kind of curious to see who actually created this, or like who actually produced this. Oh, no, it's not that. Like, in terms of an actual company. Okay, apparently this aired on TV Asahi, which is...
What? This was on TV?
This was on TV Asahi, where they usually film, or no, not film, but rather show the usual, typical, good old superhero showtime.
Oh yeah, kids. Oh yeah, superhero showtime. Go on your Blade and Wecker. What a time.
This was 2001, so it would have been Agito and
yeah.
Gao Ranger.
But yeah, no, this was apparently on TV Asahi. And in terms of an actual production company, I am not sure. But like, yeah, there's really...
I mean, this certainly wasn't Toei.
I looked it up because I got curious to figure out if anybody of any kind of like competence worked on the show besides Charavan. And I think it is his own production company that funded it. I could only find like 2 sites for it that were completely legible on the Wayback Machine, and both of them were broken. I had 2 homepages. One was just a photo of Charavan and headshots of the girls and broken links. And then the other one was Watari's personal website, which had a bunch of like cast interviews and stuff. So I'm pretty sure his own company, if he has one, produced this. I don't know what the name is or anything further than that, but
Giga.
Probably. No, if this was Giga, at least it would have competent fucking camera work.
But see, that's the thing. It's so weird how like everything about this show is interesting besides the actual show. Like everything is so weirdly incompetent that it keeps my attention. But if you try and pay attention to the story or anything else, it's like I'm so fucking bored. We're not even past episode 2 yet.
I think that's the best way to explain it. Yes, is that it's the actual show is so completely devoid of content that you can't even talk about it. But like, it's so badly made that every single frame has a new bad filmmaking decision or technical flaw or something that just like it keeps you entertained making fun of it. I'll give the show this much. I didn't see any fucking boom mics in a shot or the stuntmen or film crew in the shot when they're not supposed to be there. So they at least get points over Toei on that regard. But it's like just some of the most incompetent decisions. Like half the fucking shots you can't see anything because they're so poorly lit. Or there's like a black filter put over the screen to hide something. I don't know what they were trying to hide. But then like shots will be out of focus or they won't have the camera framed. Like in episode 3, there's like a scene where like the goofy male guy, who we'll get to in a moment, is like sitting at a table watching the girl of the episode like in the shower. But it's like it's halfway between like the fucking wall and the corner of the wall, so you see half the fucking table and half the guy, and then the rest of the screen is just the fucking blank wall. It's like stuff like that every episode, constantly.
Do you think? Because Chad said that this was shown on TV.
Apparently, this was.
Apparently,
this was on TV Asahi, but also at the same time, it's weirdly like a straight-to-video tokusatsu.
we'll see. That's the thing, right? If it was shown on TV Asahi, that makes a lot of the filters and weird things make sense. Because I don't know if you noticed this, Jay. You probably did. Did you notice there was a lot of weird times where it actively looked like they were trying to censor something that was already in the show?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
Like
every time
like
there was
the
a
biggest
weird
thing, like the biggest thing
black,
that popped into my head. Yeah. No, I was gonna say the biggest one that popped into my head was when Lily, right? That's the Katie Foreman looking one.
Yeah.
The last one. So when she got her shit kicked in, and she's like sitting, and the camera's staring right into her fucking skirt, but like there's this black line right over it, and I'm like, is that supposed to be
also
there?
Yes.
Or
Okay, I did a little bit of more research. Basically, so yes, this one actually was a straight-to-video tokusatsu. It turns out the sequel was actually on TV Asahi in 2002, and then the third one, apparently they had a third one. Or apparently they have many of them, which is on Tokyo MX.
There's 12 of them.
Why? Okay, first off, why? Second, but yeah, that third one apparently was on Tokyo MX, which is basically like the nighttime version of TV Asahi, I believe.
Oh baby.
So.
Oh, that must mean we get some really hardcore shit.
I would not doubt that, but also at the same time, I'm not going to put my hopes in that, because why would I want to hope into watching that in the first place? But I digress.
I don't want to see any more Wecker. Thank you very much.
All I know is that like one of them is on fucking Crunchyroll.
Seriously?
I hazard to guess why.
What?
It came up when I searched it. It came up. A Crunchyroll link came up. Whether it's the show or not, I don't know. I didn't click it, but Crunchyroll came up with the show, and they had a page for it. Apparently,
It's the anime adaptation.
It's the one that has like actual actors and a cast in it that we were talking about when we were talking about it.
Oh, you talking about the one that has Megumi from Kiva?
Yeah, like that one, and then has fucking who else was in it? Like Shotaro Morikobu, Susume Kurobe has a cameo, and
Gosh.
like Kohei Murakami and a bunch of other like
What?
actual actor. Yeah, apparently Kohei Murakami's in one of these fucking shows.
Oh, so you know I wrote that one then.
More than likely.
That would be amazing, actually.
But anyways,
Okay,
Yeah.
so go.
no, I was
go
about to say,
first.
let's continue moving on from here.
Yeah, so
Yeah, 'cause
So
we still
let's
have-
finish up episode 2 so we can go to episode 3.
so
Millie apparently can turn in. She's a time ranger now, because why not? Varn dies. He just dies, cause yeah, and he possesses Millie Vanilli's fucking crystal somehow that teaches her how to transform.
somehow.
Which is the easiest thing in the fucking world, apparently, because all you need to say is ultimation, and that's apparently it's not it's not coded, it's not DNA locked. No, you just grab the crystal and say it, and you're all of a sudden transformed.
Also,
So-
that begs a question. There's also a lot of okay, first off, why the hell am I looking at the continuity of this show? Like, okay, that's the first question I have when actually asking this question. Like in the third episode, they say it's like, oh yeah, you have to be from the future in order to use it. She technically wasn't from the future, was she? So it's
No.
like, where the fuck did this come from?
Yeah. What?
unless
Well,
like,
okay, actually, so from what I know, this is gonna sound really fucking stupid, but it's Wecker, so I'm gonna say it. The crystal, apparently, from how they described it, came from Yuli's, and it was passed down to Millie. So technically, Millie is from the future.
You know what? I give up. I give up. I give up. Sure, why not?
You know what? Why the fuck not? Why the fuck
Sure,
not?
and I enjoy eating my own I enjoy eating my own shorts. Okay, cool. Let's go on.
Dude, I've never heard everybody on the podcast simultaneously sound so defeated. Like, fuck it.
Dude, it took me 2 fucking days to watch the first episode, and I had to rewatch half of the third episode because I fell asleep. I was bored.
So Millie becomes Wecker 2 because the first Wecker's dead. And then this episode 2 ends when she beats Melty, like not Huckhider,
Gygus.
and throws him into a fucking PS1 loading screen. That's the best way I could
she
do it.
hits his ass with the Gate of Destiny from Digimon.
Yeah, basically.
Yes!
Oh, to bring it back to Digimon, I guess.
We go full circle.
So yeah, and she just like keeps the fucking time cop powers, so she's still a time cop, I guess. Like, she's still part of the, like, they didn't take it back from this fucking 14-year-old. She's still just allowed to be a time cop because fuck it. I mean, we don't have anybody else in this organization, I guess, because everybody keeps dying. But yeah, Sharvan dies for some real reason. He just lets himself die, and then the bad guy gets souped out of time, and that's it. That's the episode. Goodbye. No closure. It just kind of ends.
What a time crisis.
No.
What a time crisis, too.
Electric Boogaloo.
No, send me to the House of the Dead.
Don't you dare besmirch the name of Time Crisis 2 in this house, Phil.
No, send me to the House of the Dead when we're done. Because I feel like dying right now.
So
That's a real silent line.
God, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
Resident
that was a deep
Evil
cut
on
because
you
nobody
guys.
fucking played that game.
So
Phil, that's not a light gun game!
Technically, Umbrella Chronicles is, so
Oh,
yeah.
fuck you.
Anyways,
Fuck yourself, Phil.
episode 3.
anyways, so episode 3, Millie's dead. No, Lily's dead. No,
Millie's
it's
supposed to
Millie.
be dead.
Millie
Yeah,
dies.
Millie's apparently dead.
Millie dies within the first 5 minutes because fuck you, there are no characters in the show.
Yeah,
and
this-
then we introduced to Kitty Foreman and not Shu Watanabe, who didn't look anything like him, but whatever, I don't care. And it's just an episode of them fucking around for like 20 minutes, and then apparently the boyfriend's dead, but Millie's not dead, and they kill the main bad guy again, who's not dead also, and then somehow, because fuck you, the boyfriend's not dead.
No, she went.
In
I
the
know what she
end.
did.
Yeah,
She
so-
she broke the rules and went back in time to re-meet him, which you're not supposed to do. But fuck the continuity of the rules. Not to mention, we also get when one of the villains tries to use Millie's freaking crystal, we find out there's actually a safety mechanism to it. What if I have known that show?
But Phil, she didn't go back in time because the date was different.
She did go back in time.
No, she didn't. She didn't go back in time after they beat the bad guy. She just stayed around and just coincidentally relived the same event.
Oh,
it was
dear.
a different date, Phil. Even I remember this.
Oh,
somehow.
Jesus H. fucking
Which
Christ.
makes it even worse because does that mean Millie lied to Lily?
Yes.
Does that mean she fucked with her? Like,
I guess.
she was just like, because she told
guess-
him that Shin's dead. But then she's like, oh yeah, Shin is still here in this timeline somewhere. Does that mean Millie fucking lied to her?
Yeah, but wait
I
a
guess
minute.
Millie
He
just
forgot
didn't
about
fucking
her.
know.
He
She
forgot.
just probably
No,
they
just
pulled it out of her ass.
He forgot about her. She said, "Are you Shu, whatever his fucking name is?" And he says, "Have we already met?" And I'm like, "See, I told you she went back in time."
No,
but that
Phil,
doesn't make sense. What?
She didn't fucking go back in time.
Then how do you explain that they repeated the entire meet cute that happened?
She never met the guy to begin with.
But she
He
did.
Okay, let's
Look, the show never explains it, so let's not try to. Anyways,
No, you know what? You know what, Jay? Explain it.
okay. So, first and foremost, despite getting ripped out of fucking space-time and sent to the nether realm, the bad guy just comes back somehow. I'm not entirely sure how.
They left the door open, maybe. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
I guess so. And kills Millie, even though by all accounts that doesn't make any sense because episode 3 takes place before she even got her fucking powers. And for that matter, how the fuck is she even running around with her powers and know who any of these people are before it even fucking happened for her? Unless she also went back in time after that point, and this is her in the future, in the past. So the bad guy's running around again. So they send this other chick,
Lily,
who's a pod person, who's, for some reason, I don't know why she's a pod person. They just introduced that plot point out of nowhere, I guess. So, and because I guess Hiroshi Watari had Urusei Yatsura on in the background, she runs into some random schlubby nerd, and by coincidence just kind of like hooks up with the guy because she has nothing else better to do because she's a fucking pod person from the future. And here's this annoying nerd who doesn't have any friends and no family, so who the hell is he going to snitch to?
He has a house for some reason, and she always likes getting naked in it.
I mean, I like getting naked in my own house too, regardless of who's around.
It's funny.
That doesn't have anything to do with the plot.
When I think of the nudity, I think of Garo, but at least with Garo, it had a reason.
No, it didn't.
Remember,
Phil, did you watch the same Garo show we did?
Garo, the one who shines in the dark. I mean, the one who shines in the light. There was a horror beast that was basically just a naked woman, and every time she would lure somebody
Phil,
down,
Who cares about fucking Ryuga? We're talking about Wecker.
Trying to explain the show. Okay,
Trying.
So, Punky Brewster or whatever the fuck, I don't know.
Her name's Lily.
I don't care. Okay, I don't care anymore. So that
Punky Brewster.
that was the first name that came to mind. Right?
Edna Mo.
She just kind of by coincidence runs into this street gang that I guess is working with the time criminals for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know.
For no reason. And okay, you know what? I want to bitch about this for a moment. You could tell that they had like no side actors because they use the same two fucking guys to play goons in every fight scene. And I know it's the same two fucking guys because one of them has fucking bright orange neon hair and they don't put him in a wig or anything. It's just the same guy.
No,
every
Jay.
time.
Those are their descendants.
You know what? Sure.
Fuck it at this point.
So, because the nerd guy, whose name
Shin.
I forgot, and I don't care. I think it was like
No,
Shin.
Shin.
Yeah. So he shows up and fails to do anything to them, which I guess endears him to the chick because, again, I guess the writers had your Urusei Yatsura on in the background. So they just start living together and getting into fucking goofy rom-com shenanigans. And that's like the majority of the episode is them just running around and like doing rom-com shit, like going shopping and going on dates and talking about shit and like, oh, what's the ocean? And other dumb bullshit like that because of course she's a pod person and doesn't know anything. And it's so like, if it weren't so boring and uninteresting, I would probably watch a full show of this because at least this is like a plot. At least there's something happening. At least there is like a tangible like character arc that I can see here. This could probably work as a main plot. If this was just the plot of every episode, I think it would probably be like at least bare minimum coherent. You don't need this time loop fucking paradox bullshit we had going on with the other two episodes. It's totally unnecessary. But then for some reason the time criminals come back and they killed the girl from episode 2 off screen somehow, and she stole her transformation device, and the leader of the street punks uses the suit, but then for some reason, which is never at all explained until that immediate moment, all of the weapons just like can't be used on anybody at all unless they're evil, because fuck you. And then she just fucking disintegrates because I guess the suits just had that as a security feature. Like if you're not allowed to use it, you just die instantly. But then the boyfriend like starts going like full schizo mode and he starts talking about like, I want to go back in time and like take over the fucking ninja world and shit. I was like,
that's oddly specific and also kind of random.
I called it. Obviously it's like a like that's the hint that he's like he's gone. It's the bad guy. He's trying to lure her to keep the time loop going for episode 1. I was like, I figured I do it immediately when he walks up on the rooftop after the fight. I'm like, oh god, he's dead and the villain is possessing him or some shit. And it's, I don't even, man, like this should be straightforward to explain, but it's not, and my head hurts now. So the villain wants a time machine, even though he has a time machine, to go back to the ninja times from episode 1 to do something. And then, what's her name? Millie from episode 2, who's not actually dead, shows up. And then they fight him, and they cut him in half and send him back in time, and then that's the episode's over. And RJ already said it from there. Yeah, the guy was dead, except he's not real, except he was real, I guess, maybe. Maybe they never fucking met. I don't fucking know. Maybe the fucking bad guy was the boyfriend the entire time. Who fucking knows? Who cares?
The Wecker was the friends we made along the way.
Where?
Fuck!
Maybe the Weckers, the real Weckers, were the occasional the fucking what's that word? The casual fuck buddies we met along the way. There we go.
Anyway, so
that's more accurate to what happens in episode 3.
Now we have to explain the ending, Jay.
So this is where my brain just completely shuts down. Despite getting ripped in fucking half and his body split and sent through fucking time, and by all accounts he should be dead because he got ripped in half, the villain is just alive again, and coincidentally he wins because he gets sent back in time to where he wants to be. And I guess that his plan was to go back in time and use something super technology magic to overthrow the Ninja King because reasons, I guess. In episode 1 there's some bullshit about like replacing humanity with monsters because humans are the real monsters. But like how does that tie into the time sex trafficking in episode 2? And there, like, none of that is like explained, and they never fucking explain how the guy is tied in to the ninjas, because we see like a 10-second flashback of the big bad who's in his weird cyborg form, even though he got sent back in time in his regular human form. So I guess the other half of the villain just shows up at some point. And then the final episode ends with a preview for the first episode. So I guess none of the show mattered because it's all just one gigantic fucking paradox. Because every event just causes the next event to come.
It's a giant time loop. Let's just be real.
Oh my god, excuse me. This show is killing me. I don't know.
We're all
Final Fantasy 1 doesn't make this little sense.
Look.
Final Fantasy 8 doesn't even make this little sense.
Oh, we never made a time compression joke. Damn it.
We didn't because there was no good example to use. Fucking time compression.
This entire show is time compression.
Look. If the villain's fucking plan was time compression, this show would at least make 20% more sense. Because at least that's a goal. At least there is an end goal with time compression.
See, that's the problem, isn't it?
It benefits nobody, but at least that's a goal.
But see, that's the problem, isn't it? Like, what is the end game of this entire show? Is it gonna be, honestly, is it gonna be like one of those t-shirts that says, this is a gullible test, check behind my t-shirt? And she's gonna say, is the gullible test, check in the front of my t-shirt? Is it gonna be one of those things? It's just gonna be a constant loop, watching the same goddamn show for 25 hours, hoping that eventually it makes sense.
That's also another question to get answered if we ever want... Okay, not want. If we're ever forced... Okay, no, I don't even think we'd even want to watch season 2, even if we're forced.
No.
Well, see, that's the thing, right? I don't know if you read into the summaries chat, but do any of the next seasons even tie into this?
I didn't even read it.
I saw one that still apparently has Hiroshi Watari in it, even though
dead.
Sharvan's supposed to be dead. And I think another show is a prequel, which doesn't have him in it.
What?
I guess. So I don't know. I guess they're all in the same continuity, maybe. I don't know.
Fucking, what is this shit, man?
God.
Dude, I sincerely, I thought we were going to come in here, have a little bit of fun. Oh, look at this stupid little show. Ha, ha, ha. It's a dumb direct-to-DVD Evolver bullshit. Oh, ha, ha, ha. No, I didn't expect for us to come in here and start thinking about astrophysics, man. What the fuck is this? Like, this is so dumb. This is so, it's all, you know what? I can definitely say it's on the same existence level as Vanny Nights, where you just kind of get left with your jaw on the floor wondering what the fuck happened. It's not as good as Vanny Nights, I'll say that. But
God, no.
I mean, I wouldn't tell anybody to go fucking watch this shit. Don't stay away from this. This is terrible. I hated every minute of it. It was so bad. You know what? If you're going to go on a shrooms trip, then put this on. That's the only way I can describe this. If you're going to go on shrooms, then by all means, baby boy, go fucking for it. It's actually, that's the funny thing. We didn't even mention that the subs were done by like fucking some random asshole again.
Oh, it's fucking Hinatori, who are infamous for, one, doing the most random bullshit nobody cares about, and two, sucking.
Yeah, the subs were actually very bad. Like, they added like in like a bunch of words.
Yeah.
Or like they also omitted a bunch of words, and just like, wow, this is kind of messy. It was like they seem like off-brand.
Yeah,
they seem like off-brand TV Nihon or TV Nihon.
That's an insult.
That is I'll give them this much: they're not nearly as bad as TV Nihon, if only because their subs are fucking legible. But they're pretty bad.
Honestly, there was a couple of times where, for some reason, it's like they were making the characters speak broken English. Like almost on purpose. I was like, why are you making them speak that way? They're not dumb. What the fuck? What is this? You know what? I already gave my fucking final thoughts. So Jay, what about you, bud?
Oh my god, this show was fucking miserable to watch. But thank fucking Christ it was short.
You imagine if this was 30 episodes?
I would be dead. I would be hanging myself right now.
I would have been filtered after episode 2 and just been like, done. No. Fuck it. No.
I'll get everything about this show is like incompetent. The scripts are terrible. The acting is terrible, save for like fucking Charavan and maybe Da Chief, even though she's in maybe like 2 minutes total of the entire show. Fucking like the suits are, I enjoy the hero suits. I kind of like the standard costumes, even though they're very early 2000s Y2K plastic bullshit. I kind of like the vibe they're going for. They're not very good costumes production wise, but I like the vibe at least. Like everything about the show is like terrible. Like, the cinematography is terrible. The music is terrible. The editing is terrible. The fights are like so. There's at least like one good fight, and that is, again, coincidentally, the fight with Charavan. Like, nothing makes any sense, and not in like a fun way like Vanny Nights, where it makes sense if you actually stop and analyze it, because there's at least a coherence to it. This is just completely incoherent, timey-wimey bullshit. I'll give it this bare minimum and say it's not as bad as Evolver, because at least things are happening in this show. They hurt and they make no fucking sense at all. But at least things happen. At least there's not 6 fucking minutes of the characters struggling to fight one monster out of a chokehold, and that's it. That's the episode. That is the one good thing I can say about this show. Unironically, is that things happen.
Jay's quote, 10 out of 10, better than Evolver.
Hey, listen, that would work for IGN, all right?
I know, right? Not enough Evolver. So, Chad?
You know what? Have Phil go before me. Have Phil go before me.
Holy shit. All right, Phil.
This was by far one of the most excruciating things I've had to do, and that's considering we've had 3 episodes of this thing. It took me 2 days to watch. No. It took me like 5 hours to get through episode 1 because it was that boring. I would get so bored, I would do something else. And I actually binged the final 2 episodes right as I got home from work. And I'm telling you, I was bored. I was not looking forward to it. I said before, I fell asleep halfway through episode 3. That is not a good thing when I'm falling asleep through something, because that does not mean I like it. And Evolver is just as bad, if not worse than this. But, no, I can't even say but. No, they're both bad. They're both horrible. Negative 10 out of 10. Hate it. Fucking hate it. Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. The acting was horrible, aside from Lily. And I said earlier, that's probably because she's meant to be written as a ditzy-headed klutz. I think that's what she's meant to be. Okay, and the actress does pull it off. She has that look to her. Okay, the other 2, no. Cannot act for shit. And that is, and believe me, I fucking notice it. It is bad. And for the love of God, Japan, what is it with you and wanting to have brothers and sisters want to fuck each other? Okay, what is your obsession with that stuff? Seriously, my God, just rewrite it so that way they're lovers. Okay, that at least would make sense. That at least would make some sense. But no, you make it a brother and sister thing. You told me there was a metal hero in this. I do not. I mean, now, no. Wasn't even worth it. No, wasn't even worth it for Sheriff. No, fuck. Go to Chad. I'm done. I'm repeating myself. Fuck. I hate this show.
Yeah, anyways.
Well, Chad.
Yeah, this show happened. I was living in blissful ignorance in the fact that this happened. I can safely say that I can go back to blissful ignorance in knowing and not caring that this show exists, or apparently that there are many seasons of it as well. I did not care going in. I still do not care. In fact, I'm a little more angry now that I know it exists, and it wasted about an hour and a half of my time with bad acting, horrible music, horrible camera angles, really questionable shots, really questionable themes. Personally, why did you suggest this? Can I have my time back? Okay, you know what? Just to put this in honest perspective, this video is gonna be dated because I'm mentioning this. I could have been watching the King Oger press conference, which would have been much more interesting than this. Instead, no, I am here reviewing this piece of shit show mainly because someone decided to put this on there. Thankfully, it's only 3 episodes. It's only an hour and a half. But you know what? I could have been doing a lot of better things with my time. I could have gone jogging in the cold, for crying out loud. I could have been watching King Oger's press conference. I could have been hearing the new music and meeting the cast. But no, I'm stuck here. Thank you.
Yeah, I feel you there.
Why do I get the feeling it was Rabbit or Frenchie that gave us this?
Yeah, Saber didn't even get you like that, bro. Holy shit.
No, Saber would... Okay, what? Saber is just like, okay, no, that's a slow burn. And at the end of the day, at least it had competent shots. And you know what? Toma's Rainbow Road Run actually looks better than this whole show. But then again, Kamen Rider has a budget. And you know what? That's judging by Kamen Rider standards. Kamen Rider standards. Ghost and Saber, horrible. But you know what? They at least make this look like a golden turd next to this turd, okay? At the end of the day, turd's a turd. At least it's golden here.
Oh, that's why I love you.
I can at least say with Toma's Rainbow Run, at least it was entertaining and it gave us a laugh.
Well, we're done with Wecker. Thank fucking
Christ.
Man, you just
next,
know.
Yeah.
You just know this is gonna be like the show, the one show where some guy who shows up's like, no, you guys watched it wrong. You shouldn't have started with the original. That's the bad one. You should have started with Wecker J16-92 because that's what all the fucking show's subtitles are.
Yeah,
like.
and we should be watching Armor Hero Hunters or Armor Hero whatever.
You don't even know if those are good.
And I kind of don't care.
That's like, I neither do I. Like, if this is like, if this somehow got sequels after this, I don't want to see the rest of it.
Me neither.
Don't worry, we'll watch Armor Hero God Puncher Tower of Babel or whatever the fuck.
Don't even.
Honestly, I want to see the.
I would watch a show where a guy blows up the Tower of Babel.
The thing is, there's no other. I remember I told you guys this. Armor Hero is not sub besides 2 seasons.
I remember.
Yeah,
yes.
there's it's Armor Hero Hunter, which actually has a really nice one, a really nice motifed armor that's based off of the Anubis armor, which I.
Well,
yeah,
you know what, Phil?
Phil?
You know what, Phil? Here's the funny thing. I'm spinning the wheel.
Please don't spin the wheel.
No, not yet.
By the way, next time, next time we're here, it's gonna be Dom Brothers. So thank fucking Christ. But what are we gonna come back to? What are we gonna come back to? Oh no, Wecker 2. No, I'm fucking with you.
Imagine if that happened.
If it was
oh my God, it's Eco Gainer.
No.
Stop, AJ.
Yeah, please,
stop.
AJ,
You're gonna make it happen.
I will come down to Texas and I will beat the ever-loving shit out of you.
I wish for Eco Gainer.
Well, how would you be able to afford to go to Redacted if you go down to Texas?
I have my ways.
No,
He
you
has
don't.
but wait, he has a job.
I have
he
a
has
job
money.
too. That
Yeah,
doesn't mean
but-
I can't afford to go to Texas and Redacted.
Hey guys,
Same
what
time.
happened to the wheel, or are we just saving that to next time?
I'm spinning it.
Can we not spin the wheel?
Oh, sorry, Phil. I don't listen to you. Anyways, I'm spinning it.
Yeah, when do you ever listen to me, jackass?
Good question.
Well, we
gotta
did
be-
listen to you today with your review of the show. Just saying.
Oh my God, it's Cosmo. No, I'm just fucking with you.
No, I'd rather watch
We're
Ultraman
doing-
Cosmos than this.
I would, because at least Cosmos is
Cosmos
fun.
is good, yeah.
I would rather watch No, I don't even want to say it.
It has
No.
good music,
No.
good suits,
It's
and
also-
good fights, and
Hold
a
on, I
likable
need
cast.
to
and-
check something real quick.
Oh God, that's never a good sign.
Oh, fucking A.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest though. I haven't seen this show
Oh, fuck.
in like a good 50 fucking years.
Oh,
Huh.
well, that means it's nothing obscure because AJ's seen it.
Well, I mean, I saw it when I was like 2. Probably.
Oh, this is probably old.
Yeah,
Either
it's
Power Rangers or old.
Or old Power Rangers.
Hold on. Yeah, it could be. It could be.
Could be
Jet.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Oh, we care.
Could be in space.
You know what? Actually, fun fact: in space
Oh,
is not
surprising.
On the wheel. Someone do that. No.
Somebody put a good show on the wheel.
Yeah.
Even though In Space isn't very good.
Well, everybody.
Comparatively. But anyways,
But in space was the best season.
Yeah, it's comparatively,
it
if
was the
we're-
best season.
Well,
and again, that's also kind of going off of.
Well, I was gonna say-
whatever. Anyways, continue.
well,
AJ,
everybody.
get to the point.
Well, I'm going to. You stupid fucking cunt. Anyways,
Don't be mean to me.
I'm gonna be mean to you. You deserve to be mean to. Anyways,
You know
so
what? That's fair.
So-
I am kind of an ass.
there are 2 things that are good about this. 1, it is in English, and 2,
Oh no.
depending on your idea of what is important in episodes or not, we probably don't even have to watch the entire thing full through.
Oh,
Huh.
no.
Fascinating.
We are
What is
finally going to be doing Mr. Knights of
Fuck!
Tornado.
I knew it.
Mystic
No.
Knights of Eggnog.
Finally!
I have
Finally!
not seen this show since I was like.
Is this show
6.
even fully out?
Yes,
Oh, it
it's
is?
on YouTube.
Yeah, but it's very bad
I wasn't sure if
quality,
this show
though.
was actually like lost media.
Let me look it up.
I think it was for a little while.
Are you for real?
I think like most of season 2 was lost for a while, or at least like a good chunk of the show was missing.
So it is on YouTube. From what I'm seeing, it is all of it is on YouTube. Or hold on, 22. So it's only 22 episodes on YouTube. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere, right?
I'm pretty sure the entire show is available, or at least a full season is available online.
I found it.
The entire show?
All 50 episodes.
Huh.
Okay, cool. Again,
I'll send the link.
Okay, again, remember, this could be like Superhero Samurai Cyber Squad, where not all the episodes are even fucking important. So
What, like 6 episodes are important then, you mean?
yes.
I watched episode 1 a couple months back because my friends, like, completely randomly were like, hey, let's put this on. And we just could barely get through 1 episode, and we had to quit.
Jeez.
It's so bad, dude.
What's
But
Mystic,
like, wait,
what, Mystic
but
May?
isn't like Knights of Eggnog supposed to be like a good one?
No,
I don't think anybody's
I
actually
think if
even
anything,
seen
it's one of those
this
things where it's
shit.
like, oh yeah, I kind of remember fondly of that, and then never actually gave it the time of day, like with the modern day after watching, better media. But we'll see.
True enough.
I
Well,
mean, I think
okay.
it's probably like good in the sense of, oh, it's an original production that is good, because if you look at like
Tattooed teenage.
there are no other original American
Saban's Masked
Toku shows.
Rider,
Yeah.
Beetleborgs, which by the way, we were this fucking close to doing Beetleborgs.
You know what? Here's
I
a real
think
question.
I would have literally jumped into fucking traffic if we
You know what?
hadn't
Here's the
been doing
thing.
this.
What's
Here's
up,
my
Chad?
question: is the Foxbox dub of Ultraman Tiga on the wheel? Specifically that.
Specifically the dub.
No, but it can be. Like we can decide to do the dub. if we
Honestly,
get it.
yeah, no, because
Well-
definitely if we do Ultraman Tiga proper versus Ultraman Tiga the dub, those are 2 entirely different shows. And if we do the dub, I know I'm gonna have fun with that. At the very least.
Like I said, we could technically
Well-
do that. I just don't know if the full show is.
Oh yeah, no.
dubbed. Or like.
It's
So it's
not,
it's
well-
not. No, they only dubbed
Yeah.
half the show, and it's weird because like it both is and isn't a different show. Because I've seen a not insignificant chunk of the dub, and it's super inconsistent with how like accurate it is. It's like some episodes are like spot on with a couple of jokes thrown in, and then others are like full on fucking gag dub. It's uncanny. I think it would definitely be interesting to do like an entire episode. If we did Tiga, do an entire episode just about the dub too.
Oh
I'd
yeah.
be into that.
I think that'd be really interesting. But yeah, anyways, though.
Like I said, so next time, okay, first it's gonna be Don Brothers. That is non-negotiable. We're all doing Don Brothers because it's fucking Don Brothers.
Thank
we gotta
goodness.
do it. I'm gonna start watching it today, because it's only 2 weeks until we're done. So I'm gonna start watching Dune Brothers, and then after that we do Eggnog, and we'll see what happens from there. Again, I don't know. I'm having, you know what? I'm having Superhero Samurai Cyber Squad flashbacks, Jay, where maybe it's not as bad as people think it is.
I mean,
Like
from,
maybe.
from what I've heard, it actually delves really deep into Celtic mythology, which I actually am interested in. I want to see a relatively modern take on Celtic mythology, which doesn't really.
Well, this is not modern. This is 90s.
That's why I said relatively modern.
This is not even relatively, bro. This is almost 30 years old.
Okay, relatively old modern.
Do you know what those
Why
words
not?
are?
I mean,
Anyways,
I think
yes.
I don't
honestly,
think I know what
let's
they
just
mean.
put it this way. I think it's been 25 years since the show actually aired and ended. Because that was 1998, so then right now it's 2023. So yeah, I think that's, if anything, that's actually like.
Yeah, about around that, about 24,
Yeah.
25. So yeah, but anyways, so like I said, next time Don Brothers. After that, Tirnog. I have no idea what to expect from it. I legitimately have not seen this show in like a legit 20 fucking years. I don't know what to expect. I'm kind of excited because who knows? Maybe it will be like Samurai Cyber Squad, where we come in here and like, that was actually a lot better than I expected it to be. It was a bit rough at the beginning, but hey, maybe we'll see. So with that being said, we're done for today. Go fuck yourself. We watched Wecker for you guys. Pay us. That's Chad.
Time jeans. I'm sure they're nice denim. You know what? This episode is about to go into a loop again. Hello, welcome to the Tokusatsu Podcastu, the greatest show about whatever. That was Chad.
You did the opening more consistently without flubs than AJ usually does. I'll give you that much.
But I do that as a joke, though.
Don't.
Yes, I do.
Don't lie. Don't lie.
When do you ever do that as a joke?
Phil, when are you even here? Shut up. Anyways.
I'm here all the time.
He's got you there.
All
He's
right.
got you there.
Anyways.
Except for all those times you're not here.
Anyways, so yes, that's. I'm not giving any of you two an outro now. 'Cause you stinky.
You're stinky.
But yeah, so
I took a shower. I'm not stinky.
anyways,
I took 2 showers.
bye.
Bye.